My family always said blood was thicker than water. Funny how people only quote that when they want something from you. Because when I lost everything, when I needed them most, blood didn't mean loyalty, it meant leverage. And by the time I realized that, the people I trusted most had already stolen my life. But they made one mistake. They thought I would stay quiet. They thought shame would keep me obedient. They thought I'd disappear. Instead, I exposed everything, and I burned their perfect little world to the ground. My name is Claire. I'm 32 years old, and until 2 years ago, I genuinely believed I had a close family. Not perfect. No family is. But close. My parents lived 10 minutes away. My older brother Ethan was the golden child, but I learned to live with that. And my younger sister Madison and I were never best friends, but we got along. Every Sunday we had dinner together. Every holiday was spent in the same over-decorated house with my mother pretending we were some flawless suburban family. From the outside, we looked picture perfect. Inside, everything revolved around one rule: protect the family image, no matter what, even if it meant destroying one of your own. I was the responsible one, the stable one, the daughter who got straight A's, who paid her own way through college, who built a successful marketing business from scratch, while Ethan bounced between failed startups funded by my parents, and Madison treated life like one endless shopping spree. But somehow, I was still the one expected to give. Claire, your brother just needs a little help. Claire, family supports family. Claire, don't be selfish. That phrase followed me my entire life. Don't be selfish. So I lent Ethan money. Again. And again. And again. $20,000 over 5 years. He never paid back a cent. And every time I brought it up, my parents said I was keeping score. Maybe I should have seen the warning signs then. Maybe I should have understood that in this family, the person who sacrifices the most gets valued the least. Then I met Daniel, and for the first time in my life, someone chose me first. He was kind, steady, successful. The kind of man who remembered how I took my coffee and kissed my forehead when I was stressed. We got married after 2 years. My family adored him. Too much, maybe. My mother constantly called him the son she never had. My father invited him to golf before he invited me to family events. Even Ethan acted weirdly competitive around him. But Daniel handled it all with a smile. For a while, I thought I'd finally built the life I deserved. Then everything collapsed. It started with one text message. Anonymous number. No greeting, no explanation. Just a photo. Daniel. Kissing my sister Madison. In the parking lot behind a restaurant. I stared at the screen so long my vision blurred. At first I thought it was fake. Edited. Photoshopped. It had to be. Until I looked closer. The coat. The watch I bought him for our anniversary. Madison's tattoo on her wrist. My hands shook so hard I dropped the phone. I called Daniel immediately. No answer. Called Madison. No answer. So I drove home. And found them together. In my house. In my bed. People always imagine betrayal comes with screaming. It didn't. Not at first. There was just silence. The kind of silence so sharp, it feels like your ears are bleeding. Daniel stumbled off the bed half-dressed. Madison grabbed the blanket to cover herself, and I stood there, frozen. My husband, my sister, the two people I trusted most, destroying me together. Daniel started talking first. Claire, I can explain. I laughed. Actually laughed. Because there is no explanation for that. Madison started crying. Crying. Like she was the victim. It just happened. No, I said. You happened. Repeatedly, apparently. Then I walked out. Because if I stayed one more second, I might have done something none of us could come back from. I drove straight to my parents' house. Still shaking, still numb, still unable to fully process what I'd seen. When they opened the door, I collapsed into tears. I told them everything, every horrible detail, and I waited, for outrage, for comfort, for someone to say, "How could they do this to you?" Instead, my mother sighed, actually sighed. Then she said words I will never forget. "Claire, maybe we should discuss what you did to push Daniel away." I stared at her, certain I had misheard. "What?" My father crossed his arms. "Marriage is complicated. Affairs happen for a reason. My sister slept with my husband, and somehow this was my fault." Then Madison walked in behind me, crying again, and my mother rushed to hug her, while I stood there, alone. My brother Ethan muttered, "You always make everything about you." That was the moment I understood. They weren't just defending her. They had chosen her, chosen him, over me. I left and never looked back. Or at least, I tried not to. The divorce was brutal. Daniel fought me for the house, for shared accounts, for everything. And somehow, my family testified on his behalf. My own parents, my own brother. They painted me as emotionally unstable, work-obsessed, cold, suffered from anger issues. Lie after lie after lie, all to protect Madison and Daniel's relationship. Because yes, 2 months after the divorce filing, they announced they were dating publicly, and my family welcomed him with open arms, as if stealing your sister's husband was just an awkward misunderstanding. I lost more than my marriage, because Daniel had quietly positioned himself inside my company. He handled financial operations, had partial access to accounts, knew my clients. During the divorce, I discovered he had siphoned nearly $200,000 from business funds, transferred to shell accounts, laundered through fake contractor invoices, and when I confronted him, he smirked. Good luck proving it. That's when I realized this wasn't just betrayal. It was calculated, planned. They hadn't just humiliated me, they had robbed me. So I stopped crying, stopped begging, stopped trying to make people understand, and I started documenting everything, every stolen dollar, every transfer, every fake invoice, every text, every email, every lie. For 6 straight months, I built a case, quietly, patiently, while my family posted smiling holiday photos with Daniel and Madison online. Caption: "Family is everything." I wanted to vomit, but I stayed silent, because revenge isn't loud when it's done right. Then came the engagement party. Yes, they got engaged, and yes, my parents hosted it, at the same house where they once celebrated my wedding. That's when I knew. No more waiting. It was time. A week before the party, I contacted a lawyer, then a forensic accountant, then the IRS, then Daniel's employer, then every investor tied to his current business ventures. Because Daniel had done more than steal from me. He had committed tax fraud, wire fraud, financial misrepresentation, and I had proof, mountains of it. Then, I sent one final email to every guest attending the engagement party. Subject line: "Before you celebrate them, read this." Attached, everything: bank statements, screenshots, proof of affair timelines overlapping my marriage. In court. Proof Ethan helped hide assets. Proof Madison knew about the theft. Every disgusting secret, every lie, every betrayal, delivered, simultaneously. My phone exploded within minutes. Dozens of calls, texts, voicemails. My mother screaming. My father threatening lawsuits. Madison sobbing. Daniel raging. I ignored them all. Then I poured myself a glass of wine and watched. The fallout was nuclear. Guests walked out of the engagement party. Some never even entered. Daniel's employer suspended him within 48 hours. Federal investigators opened inquiries. Investors pulled funding. The wedding venue canceled. Daniel's accounts were frozen. Madison's friends abandoned her. My parents became neighborhood gossip overnight. And Ethan? Turns out helping hide financial fraud is a terrible career move for a banker. He was fired within the month. Then came the apologies. Suddenly everyone wanted to talk. My mother said, "We made mistakes." My father said, "You've punished us enough." Madison said, "You ruined my life over one mistake." One mistake. Sleeping with my husband, helping steal from me, lying in court, destroying my business. One mistake. I blocked them all. Daniel eventually accepted a plea deal, avoided prison, but lost nearly everything. Madison stayed with him for 6 miserable months before he cheated on her too. Poetic, honestly. My parents tried reaching out through relatives, telling people I was cruel, vindictive, heartless, funny. No one called them cruel when they helped destroy me. It's been 2 years now. My business recovered, stronger than before. I moved to a new city, bought a new house, built a quieter life. Peaceful. Sometimes people ask if I regret exposing them, if I regret tearing the family apart, and I always give the same answer. You can't tear apart something that was rotten already. I didn't destroy my family. I revealed them. Because betrayal doesn't start when someone stabs you in the back. It starts the moment they believe you'll stay silent about it. My family thought blood would keep me loyal. They thought I'd protect their secrets. They thought I'd choose peace over truth. They were wrong. Because if the people who claim to love you can betray you without remorse, then exposing them isn't revenge. It's justice. So no, I didn't ruin my family. They ruined themselves.